it's Izzibel. Welcome to my channel. Today I am working on day 15 of 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life. And today's sketch was created by Shannon Allure. Now, what I decided to do with this one was scrap my daughter's first fish photo. It's been almost a decade since this picture was taken. I barely started scrapbooking last year, so things are little by little coming out of their boxes. Also, the prompt with Adam over at Dottie About Flair was to incorporate scallops. So I will get that in here. Now the background, I chose this blue plain cardstock, and I created this stencil on the Cricut. I just searched fish on Cricut Design Space, found the one that I wanted, which was like almost like a silhouette, and duplicated it. Now these strips right here, this is just, I was trying different inks, and then I decided to go with the Bluebird just because I like the way that it sat on the blue. I'm going to go ahead and start off by getting this stencil on the whole background. Now all I'm doing is just lining the fish so that it hits the edge of the paper, and then I'm going to use some washi tape to keep that stencil in place. The ink that I'm using, as I mentioned, is Bluebird from Close to My Heart. Now with the technique of doing a stencil, I found that doing circular motions will allow the ink to absorb on the paper a lot quicker, but I couldn't do it with this one. I had to do like a dab because there are some intricate lines in these fish. When I tried to do a circular motion, it was ripping it. So I just dabbed it all the way down, and when I lift it, this is what the page is gonna look like. What I'm gonna do is go ahead and do the whole thing and then be back. That was a nice quick jump. So I finished the background. I did leave a strip untouched just because I knew that there was going to be a strip coming down, and I didn't feel like wasting ink was productive in any way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in this scale paper. It's like mermaid scale. It came from like a mermaid page kit that I purchased at Hobby Lobby. They actually still have it. I was over there shopping for some embellishments, and I ended up finding the page kit. Luckily I did, though, because I was able to match my flowers to it, and it worked out. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and cut the strip going down the center. Now on the sketch, there are scallops going down the strip on each side. Because I used the scale paper with the scallop pattern, I decided that I'm going to bring in more of the gold that's on this paper and just kind of offset it from the blue. I really do like how that comes out. The strip I did is 4 inches, and then I believe it's like half an inch on the gold on each side, so it still becomes about 5 inches. And then the photo itself, I printed out as a 5x5, and just so that I could make it larger than the strip, I'm going to back it with 3 different papers. I do juggle different ideas around, but I actually end up going with a purple border first, and then a gold border and a dark navy blue border that'll still help it contrast against the blue background paper that I did with the fish. Once I get the photo adhered and bordered to itself, I'm gonna go ahead and get down the strip placement. And I decided once I put the picture against the strip that it would actually bring something to the page if I have it pop. So I'm gonna bring in some fun foam, back that, and then get the photo down where I thought it looked in the sketch. Now for the 2 banner strips on the top left-hand corner, I had this idea that instead of just doing a solid banner, that I would offset it using 2 glitter cardstocks, one in purple and one in teal. And then I have this, it's like a pre designed watercolor paper from a watercolor book by Recollections that I purchased at Michael's. I'm gonna go ahead and just cut a slightly smaller banner strip from the teal section of that watercolor paper, and then for the light purple glitter banner, I'm going to use sort of like it's a dark blue, but it almost looks like a purple because of the different colors blended in together. I'm going to use that one for the purple and then get these 2 banner strips. Now, the banners I'm not going to leave blank. I'm going to bring in some alpha stickers I purchased from Hobby Lobby, and I'm going to, on the green banner, put Lake Elsinore because that's where we were when I took this picture. And then on the lower banner, I'm going to actually put the date from when she had first caught the fish. We were there for several days, and I thought that I would do journaling on this one, but I really didn't want to cover up the fish that I did because I was so proud of it. But after I completed the layout and I fought myself with the journaling, what I should have done, you guys, and I could have done it, but it's a little late now. I don't want to go and start tearing it apart. I should have done journaling in this 5x5 square and then used a photo flap on the outside of the page protector. But that thought came in after I was already done. Do you guys do that? Do you guys finish a layout, love the layout, and then find or think of ways that you could have adapted to it better? Either way, if I did that, it would end up changing the layout, and I'll just do the journaling on another page. But anyways, sorry to get off track. Back to the layout. What I end up doing is bringing in these flowers that I purchased from Hobby Lobby. They are the Paper Studio, and just like in the sketch, I'm gonna put 2 by the banners, and then instead of just 2 on the corner of the photo, I'm gonna cluster them on this bottom right hand corner. But I also bring in this fish that I found, and I want to use it somewhere, only it finds its way throughout the page. I add some powder on the back of it so that I could take away the stickiness, just because I wasn't sure exactly where I was going to place it. And then when I'm ready to, I just throw in some double-sided tape back on it and then get it stuck down. For the title, I'm going to place it where it is in the sketch, only because I have such a busy pattern paper, the same dark blue cardstock that I used to border the photo, I'm going to use that as my base for the title. I bring in some rose gold alpha stickers from the Paper Studio, and my title is going to read My First Catch. So once I get them placed down, I'm going to cut the blue border to a smaller rectangle and then offset it with 2 more borders, I believe, gold and purple, just to help it pop from the busy pattern paper that I have. Once I get that down, I find the placement for the fish, and then lastly, I bring in some light blue sequins that create, at least I can see bubbles. I hope you guys read bubbles when you see them, but I used them for bubbles just because it had not only the circle shape to it, but it had this rainbow glare, kind of like what bubbles do. So that's the one that I used. Once I get that down, the layout is pretty much done. I just cut the borders. Anything that was hanging off of the edge of the paper, I cut down, and that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me create this layout. As always, in my description box are other people playing along for 30 Days of Sketches. I know this round is long over, but I'm still working on it. I will be back real soon with another layout. You guys have a great day and stay crafty. Bye.